Welcome back to another episode of Beyond Organized. I have Carrie Marie here with us today. Now, she is a lovely single mum of three, wild certified life coach, and author of Reflections and a new book on the way, I hear. After years of losing herself in survival mode while raising her kids, including fiercely advocating for her 17-year-old daughter with autism, Carrie learned how to stop simply functioning and start truly living. Today, she helps women drop the supermum mask. Yep, I think we all need that. Navigate life's hardest winters and rediscover their worth. Welcome to the show, Carrie.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. I do really appreciate this.
Oh,
Uh,
it's lovely having you here.
yes, I'm not a super mom, but I have the amazing sweater that says I am.
Oh, that where can I get one of them? That's perfect.
Let me
Was
know.
that the
I'll go
Captain
drive down to
America
Universal.
shield? Is it the Captain
It
America
is.
shield?
It is.
Well
I bought
done.
it at Universal.
Oh, I love all the superheroes, but that's a story for another time. So, Kerry, I would love to hear what inspired you to become an author, for starters, but also to become a coach in helping mums in particular with what they are going through.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, not a problem. So up to about almost about 2 years ago, I was just a mom, just being a mom and going to work, and I realized that I was alone. And don't get
Mm,
me wrong, I had family, I had my mom, but at the same time, I didn't really have any community.
mm,
And I had stopped going to church for a very, very long time. And my middle daughter, Kaylee Marie, she she's was very much involved into a church,
mm.
and she encouraged me that this church that she goes to is starting a new group for moms of all ages. Because you see here groups for like moms of kids with preschoolers or
Yep.
middle
Young mum.
schoolers, but you don't hear groups for moms with excuse me, with teenagers and grown children.
Mm.
So,
Yep.
uh, since
You've
they
got
were
it
doing
figured
that,
out by now, right? So that's why you don't need the support. Kidding,
yeah,
kidding.
yeah, no. So she encouraged me. I went in and I met this amazing person named Kathleen, and she's now become my best friend of all. I
Beautiful.
anytime I need anything, I go to her, and we're great with each other. And she's a mom of four, and her youngest is 3. So
Mm, I know
she's
that
kind of
feeling.
busy too. Yes. So I started going to this group with them, and it's called Momco,
Hmm.
which is actually a big thing. It actually just came over to Australia not that long ago too.
It
Um,
sounds really familiar.
it used to
So,
be MOPS. I don't know if it was based out of MOPS, Moms of
yeah,
Preschoolers.
yeah, it
Yeah.
sounds really, really familiar. I'm pretty sure some of my friends are part of it or in it. So,
Yes.
yeah, continue.
It's an amazing, no, it's good. It's an amazing group. But now within the year that I started was just literally the year they're like, well, moms need more support after the preschool years.
Yeah.
So, because they used to literally just kick you out after preschool. So,
Mm. There's so
uh,
much more. There's so much
there,
more you need help with,
there
especially as
is.
they get older. Oh,
Yeah.
goodness.
And I was at a point where I'm like, do I really want to be in a community? Do I really want to do this? And
Mm.
with the encouragement of my daughter, I finally went back. I even explained the moment in my book that that my daughter even came out to the car and got me out of the car because I was so fearful of walking in by myself.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
yeah, my Kaylee is amazing. Um, it's amazing how your kids become your encouragement and your support, the
Mm.
way you were to them. And
Good.
so
That
I
shows you
walked
did a good
in.
job.
I did. She's trying to move out on me now. Um, she's 25 now.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
okay. It's about time, probably.
yeah, but I met this amazing group, and within that first year, I kind of started opening up more and realizing that, wow, there is some really great people out here. There are other
Mm,
moms like me. Um, so I started attending more, and after that first year, I felt so amazing. I actually went to the second season. And then
nice.
from that season is where I got the encouragement and the support to write my book. And
Mm,
I've always written. I've written journals since as long as I can remember. And so
mhm,
the book is based off of all of my journals from all my trials and tribulations from growing up, from getting to the point of getting married, and then having my son, And then my daughters, Kaylee was actually a twin, and I lost one of my twins,
Oh,
Kylie
sorry.
Marie. It's okay.
Oh,
And then moving on and then getting divorced. And then my dad died right after that, too. And I also had a niece that died of SIDS within all of that time.
oh my
So
goodness.
that was all within a 3-year period. So
Mm,
I started pouring my heart more into my journals, and I realized I actually had a story in there that
mm,
maybe I could share. Maybe other women could resonate with me and see
mm,
that you don't have to be alone. So
yeah.
that's where it all came from. Um, and then as I was working, I was in a very toxic workplace,
Mm,
where they would just didn't want to help you, and they just made you feel like you were nothing. And after almost the 10-year mark, and I finally realized I need to do
wow.
something.
10
I need
years?
10
10
years.
years! Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. I mean, I stayed at a company 9 years, but it was amazing. That's why I stayed
Mm-mm.
so long. I could not imagine staying somewhere for 10 years that was so toxic.
Yeah.
Ah,
Well, I did 6 years
wow.
in the parks as guest services, and
Yeah.
then it got to a point where I got a transfer to go upstairs to the communications team, which
Yeah.
is more the corporate office. And I
Mhm.
thought, well, maybe a change, maybe different management. Come to find out, it was the same management that had been downstairs. It's coming up, and they all, switching around.
Oh,
So, but I
yeah.
pushed through. I pushed through another 4 years, and then for like 6 months, I sat on it, and I sat with God, and I said, "What
Mhm.
do I need to do? I can't keep doing this. It's draining me mentally
Mm.
and physically. I was getting really sick. I ended up going for emergency gallbladder surgery, um,
I've had
and
that too.
just yeah,
It's not nice.
and no, and it just kind of made me stop and think and look at my life and go, what do I actually want to do? And
Yeah.
when I started receiving more and more people telling me that they loved my book and that they really resonated with me, and I've always been that person people come to ask for advice or just to talk to, which
Yeah.
I've always been fine with. And I'm like, you know what? It's time to put myself out there and to help other moms to
Mm.
find themselves.
Yeah.
So that's why I decided to do the life coaching.
Yeah.
Um,
Love
so I
it.
can help moms. And I've started my own life coaching, and it is now called Mom's Journey Rise.
Mm.
Um, I'm getting it underway. We're getting ready to do a webinar here within the next couple of weeks. Um, but that's kind of where I'm sitting right now, and waiting for my book, of course, at the publishers to see if they like it or not.
Hopefully they do. I'm sure they will.
Yes, yes. And so hopefully I can do more podcasts like this with you, or the days and let you know what's going on. But
Yeah.
this has been my strength. This has been me finding me. And it's been
Yeah.
stressful. I've gone a month without a paycheck, and it's it's a little
Yeah.
challenging, you know.
It is difficult. I don't think a lot of people realize, like, I'm sort of in the throes of writing a book. I started, but I really felt the Lord say, hold off, wait, there's still more things you need to learn and discover before you can finish this book. I'm like, oh, okay. And that was towards the end of last year. This year has been nuts. I have learned so much that I'm like, okay, I can see why I got told to hold off. But writing a book alone, I mean, I think Hollywood has probably glorified the whole writer thing and, oh, you're going to make millions from being an author. And it's like, it's coming out of your own pocket doing
It
this
is.
stuff. And, you know, even not just writing, then there's life coaching, getting up and running, getting your name out there. Believe me, I understand how hard that is. It's like, you're not making a lot of money to begin with. In fact, you're putting all of your money that you have got into this, and you're paying for it out of your
Yes.
own pocket long enough, but you have to really feel called to doing it. And then the shift happens. At some point the shift happens, because especially if God has called you into it, he's not going to let you go. He's not going to let you
Exactly.
go broke and, you know, screw it all up. You're working and
Exactly.
partnering with him. It'll happen, but you've got to be able to hold on and push through. So I'm really curious to hear, particularly from your life coaching perspective, because I can relate a little bit to that. How do you mainly help these mums in what you do?
So what I do is I just try to guide moms. I kind of look at it like seasons.
Mhm.
My first
Same.
season, I was in the darkest of darkest winters.
Mhm.
But in the winter, everything's not dead. Actually, everything is just underneath the ground, growing
Hibernating.
and thriving,
Yeah.
waiting to come through. And even before our winters, maybe we've been in that summer where everything around us and everyone around us is bright and joyful, but we feel that dark inner
Yeah.
feelings that we just don't feel that we belong. So
Mhm.
through that summer, through that winter comes a spring. And that's where I try to help guide women to, is to that spring where you're going to bloom, you're going to find yourself and realize that, oh my gosh, I can actually do this. And, I writing my book and doing all of this at the same time, I didn't find a magic 25th hour. I wish I did.
Yeah. Yeah. That would have
I
been
just
nice.
I just took moments like after church was a thing that we became doing was where I got to sit down for 2 hours, nobody bothered me, and I was
Mhm.
able to just write.
Yeah.
Or when I was in the pickup line to pick up my youngest Gracie, um, I would just start writing. I have gotta love digital because you can just use your text to talk and
It's
get
so
things
good.
written in there. Yeah. So it's just finding those little moments. And I
Mhm.
think finding that spring. And so I try to help guide moms into doing that. It's like right now I have a tiny challenge going to try to
Okay.
help.
Yeah.
And it's really simple. It doesn't cost you anything, I promise. With throughout your busy life, especially you with four, wow. Um,
Mm.
find 5 minutes of your time and maybe just write down 3 sentences.
Okay.
Doesn't have to be perfect, doesn't have to be make sense. It makes sense to you.
Yeah.
So like I started doing this, and that's where my 3 words, broken, beloved, and becoming came to
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
It's, we are coming from a broken stage. We are beloved by God, and He is letting us know that we are becoming a better person. And that's
Yeah.
how I help guide women in defining your own. Um, I don't have the magic. I don't have the secret to life. I promise you.
No. I would be surprised if
It's
anyone does, but yeah.
it's just helping women find themselves within
Yeah.
the chaos of their life, the chaotic great chaos of their life.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's beautiful.
and it looks different for everybody,
Mhm.
but so I mean, like, uh, just take that 5 minutes and either do that or the other one I say too. The tiny challenge that I have is take a few minutes if you're scrolling on Facebook or what have you, and you see somebody that posts something but you don't know that person, some things pop up. Go find a friend. Just pop up and say, "Hey, I like what you said. Let's be friends. Let's talk."
Yeah.
And there you are reaching out, and that's the big thing. So
Can't hurt.
yeah. So and I'm hoping that it resonates, and I'm hoping that what it will do is just to help women to step into their own and to know that they're not alone, and that we are meant to walk together.
Yeah.
Uh,
Definitely.
this journey is not meant to be walked alone at all. It
No.
is meant to be done
Too
together.
hard on your own. Too hard on
Yeah,
your own. Yeah.
yeah,
And uh, I mean, it was mentioned before that you're single mum, all of that. And I think there's a lot of single mums out there for
yes, there
all
is.
varying reasons, but you don't have to be alone in the process. There
Correct.
is support that you can reach out for and get help with. Plus, if you're a Christian, then hopefully you've got the Lord to lean on as well in those moments in your room when it is just you.
Yes,
So I think it's just really important to know that there is a circle out there that you can belong to, that you can jump in and be welcomed into. And I like that you're creating that space as well
yes,
for the women that you serve. So it's beautiful.
yes, most definitely.
So what do you find from your experience is the main thing that holds mums back from just breaking limiting beliefs and patterns or helping with their identity and a lot of the stuff that you're doing?
Fear.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're all afraid that we have to live up to this standard that is put out there that you got to be this perfect mom. You got to be this
Mhm.
super mom. And in reality, we are perfect in our own ways, but nobody is absolutely perfect. The only one that's perfect is the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
So the biggest thing I think that's holding a lot of women back is that fear of the unknown, of not being accepted. Because I do remember walking into a room when my kids were little, and I always felt like I was the only single mom at my kids' schools. Always. I don't know
Oh,
why. Or I was the one that wasn't dating because I just didn't put that on my plate. I just
yeah.
didn't want to deal with that. Um, and I just had too much of my own to deal with. And I didn't feel like I belonged at that table. I didn't feel like I could go sit with those women and have a conversation with them because I was not that mom
It's so
that
sad.
had the perfect children. So, yeah. So,
Yeah.
learning that it's okay. I mean, I've had two children out of wedlock. It's okay. It's
Mm.
not going to forgive you. It's not going to hurt you. Some women are very opinionated, and unfortunately, but you got to learn to take that toxic out of
Yeah.
your life and just say, this is me.
Yeah.
This is who I have become. This
Mhm.
was my journey.
Yeah.
And God has forgiven me, and I forgive myself.
Yeah.
And this is it. Accept me
Yeah.
as I am.
And if the
And that's
Lord
what I
can
want them to see.
forgive you, if the Lord can
Exactly.
forgive you, then who are we to judge
Exactly.
or be any any less? Like, I don't know. I it's funny because in my young adult years, studying and all of that, I came across some very different people than the ones I would normally have hung out with. I grew up, Christian school, all of that. And then you go to uni and whatever else, and there's people of all
Oh,
sorts.
yeah.
And
Oh,
so it
yeah.
was a bit of a shock, to begin with. But I became friends with some great people. And even when I studied audio engineering, I mean, that's a predominantly male industry. And
Oh, yeah.
I was one of three women in there.
Oh,
And I mean, I dress like this. I'm just, normal kind of, not girly, but certainly not grungy like a lot of them. And,
right.
um, and it was so interesting because through that experience, I mean, they were lovely, lovely young men. And if I just looked at them with their tattoos and missing teeth and everything else, I probably would have judged and gone, they are very scary. But they were also perfect to ride the train home with because nobody touched me when we were finishing class at 9 o'clock at night. They escorted me home and I was safe, but they were fantastic. They were lovely guys. And even that shifted my perspective on people too. And it got to a point
Mhm.
where whether a single mum that's had children out of wedlock or whatever, I'm just like, okay, that's
Right.
part of your story. It doesn't actually define your worth. It is just part of your story, and it might have led you to where you are today and a part
Hmm.
of who you are today, but your identity, when it's grounded in Christ, like,
Yes.
you're redeemed, you're just as good as me. We're all just as good as each other at the end of the day. He died for you
Exactly.
like he died for me. And I think sometimes we forget that. We get caught up in our own little circles and we think a certain way and we've been molded by
Mhm.
society a certain way. And we kind of have to just strip that back. And I've been judged as a Christian
Oh,
many a
yeah.
times because I have made friends with the unsavory people. I say that in quotation marks because I think they're fantastic people. And I'm like, I would much rather be friends with them than with you, to be honest. Like, it's just, meet people where they're at, love them where they're at the end of the
Yes.
day, I want to stand in front of the Lord and I want him to say, well done, good and faithful servant. Do you think he's going to say that if he's like, hey, Mel, you judged every single woman that came into your space or every single person just on the way they looked or whatever. I
Right.
know that I've got to be accountable for my actions, but not just my actions, my thoughts. And it's important to keep that captive. And I've gone off on a tangent and I'm sorry.
You're you're good. No, because that's exactly what it is. You
Yeah.
know, we got to stop functioning and just start living.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest thing too. That's one of my biggest phrases that I use too is stop functioning, start living.
Yeah, just do it.
And don't worry about what other people think of you because the only person that matters is God.
Yeah. Yeah. I used to
And
care so much what people thought of me. So I was
same.
just such the people pleaser. And I still
Yes,
want to operate to a level of excellence in what I do, but
of course.
to not to please anyone anymore. It's just it's for my own level of satisfaction, but also because everything I do for the Lord. So
That's
it's just different, and you learn to
it
say
is.
no better because every yes comes at a cost and, all those kind of things. I feel like we're on the very same page with a lot of a lot of things that
Yes,
we do. So,
yes.
in your professional opinion, what is one thing that you wish more women knew?
That
Just one
well,
thing. It's hard.
the one thing, the one thing I wish I had known is that uh, there's so many things.
I
Um,
know. I know.
Again, it kind of just comes back to that knowing that there's other people like me out there
Mm-hmm.
that maybe not be willing to reach out, but maybe need to find that space to reach out.
Mm.
I guess
Mm-hmm.
because that was my biggest and hardest thing was admitting that I needed help.
Yeah.
I think
It's
that's the
humbling.
biggest thing is
Mm.
that we think we got this all. We think we got it. It's fine, you know.
Yeah.
We I'm a type of person that holds every single emotion in
Yeah, until you explode.
until I explode, and then I'm not a very nice person. My
Yes.
mother's even called me the lovely B word, and she does the same thing too, which is funny 'cause we're just alike. My
Yeah.
mom's a very set in her ways 70-year-old lady, and I love her. I love that woman
Yeah.
but I kind of saw it too. It's just knowing that you're not alone. I think is the biggest and hardest thing to learn, and
Yeah.
just learning to put yourself out there.
Yeah.
I don't.
It's
I'm not a.
uncomfortable.
I'm not a professional. I've just lived it, and I'm just going
Yeah.
off with my own experiences and what I've done, and I just like to guide because I've been through the seasons,
Yeah.
and like right
I
now, I am finding my spring.
Yeah.
I'm at the front of my spring
Yeah.
where things
You're
are
just
just
stepping
starting
into
starting
it.
to grow, and
Yeah.
that's where I'm at, and it's just finding that headspace and just
Yeah.
learning when to say enough is enough.
Yeah. But it's also understanding that seasons, they circulate and they come and go.
Mhm.
And so might be stepping into spring now. There may be a winter ahead, but
Yes,
it doesn't have to be the same as the previous. Like, I know for
exactly.
me here, like, we don't have snow where we live in winter, but I know that some winters are way more cold than others. Some are a lot more wet than others.
Yes,
It's a little bit different sort of each year. You don't
yes,
know what you're kind of going to get exactly.
exactly.
And it's just like winter might come around again, but it doesn't mean it's going to look the same as the last. And it might end up being a shorter duration and spring might come early. You you don't know, but it's when I think you mentally prepare a little bit more for the winter, then you can actually start to enjoy the quieter seasons. You go, okay, instead of it just being wet and miserable and standing out in the rain, I'm going to be inside, cozy, warm, rug up. I'm going to make the most of this cave season and yeah, just come back in and re-energize so then I'm feeling good and ready for the spring, which will come again.
Yes, no, I get you, and I lived in Montana for 10 years, so I get that cold, 45 below with the wind chill factors.
Yeah,
Um,
no thanks. No.
just know that we may have the sweater to say super mom, but we don't have to be the super mom.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
No.
the thing, and yes, with the seasons when they come and they go. There, some are hard, some are cold, and some are just
Yeah.
blah, and
Yeah.
we just never
Yeah.
know. You just step out away from the mask, take the
Yeah.
mask down, and
Yeah.
just learn to just be and stop hiding
You.
behind the safety of the
Yeah.
sacrifices.
Yeah, just be you. There's
You
no
are
masquerade ball having to perform for everyone. Like, just be you. It's Okay.
exactly. The other thing that I want to say to take away is that you are allowed to take up space in your own life.
Yes.
Um, and
Amen.
the other thing
Mm.
is, don't forget that you are a person too.
Yeah.
You're not just mom. You're
Oh,
not just the chef. You're not just the
preach.
chauffeur. You need to remember
I know.
that
You
you
wear
are
many hats,
you.
but you are still Kerry. You are still
Yes,
Mel. You are still Sandy,
exactly.
Susie, Ellie.
Yes.
Doesn't matter who you are.
And there was a point that I did lose myself on all of that too, raising the
Yeah.
kids. Because
Yeah.
when the kids, like, I think my son had turned 22 at that point, or Kaylee just graduated high school, somewhere around there. And somebody said, "What kind of hobbies do you like?" And I looked at him and said, "I don't know.
I haven't
I don't know
touched
who I am
anything for
anymore."
20 years.
If you had asked me that before kids, I was out horseback riding, I was out dancing, I was out doing clubbing.
Yeah.
Before kids, I was fun. I was
Yeah.
out having fun. I was dancing and being on my horses. But
Mm,
then I'm looking at my life going, what am I doing?
mm,
I have no hobbies.
yeah.
I don't even, I honestly still haven't figured out all my hobbies yet. But
That's okay. That's fun in the discovery.
the biggest one, like right now, is I take my Gracie's homeschooled, because of everything.
Oh,
It's just, so
yeah.
we have Disney passes. So 2 days a week we go down to Disney and we just walk. We pick a
Oh,
park and we walk and we just kind of go hang out. And I
you
worked
are
at
so
Disney for seven
fortunate to
years.
live there.
Yes. Well, it took me a lot. I've only been in Florida for 14 years, 13 years,
Yeah. Yeah.
13 years, something like that. I moved here from, I was lived the time I was living in Northern California for a while.
Yeah.
And that's where I
Okay.
originate from.
That's the other side of the country. My goodness.
Yes. 3,000 miles.
Yeah. I know
I
my
moved.
geography. So,
Yeah. No, it
yeah.
takes you 6 days. I've traveled it back and forth between each coast 3 times now in my life.
Wow.
It's
Wow.
beautiful.
Okay.
It's gorgeous. But that's
Oh,
where I originated from. Originally, in my entire life, I was born in Northern California. That's where
wow.
my parents started. That's where I started.
So why
And
why move to Florida?
so in 2007, I was kind of in this weird stage. My mom was still grieving after my dad. 'Cause my dad died 2002,
Okay.
Vietnam vet, Agent Orange.
Mm,
Um, and they've been married for like almost 32 years, and they had that fairy
mm,
tale romance. They met
oh,
on a blind date. He took
wow.
her to prom because she got stood up. My uncle Bobby knew
Oh,
him.
it's like a
He just
movie.
got out of he just got out of the Vietnam and just came home. And he took my mom to the prom, and I put it as he asked her for a dance under the stars, and they never stopped dancing because they were married three
Oh,
months later and almost 30 years before dad finally. Yeah, and it's
yeah.
just me and my older sister. So I love my
Mm,
sister to pieces. Um but she so in 2007, at that point, we were just kind of like, it's cold in Montana. Let's go
yeah,
take a trip to Florida. We all wanted to go see Disney World.
yeah,
So we started like planning an actual trip to come to Florida. And we came, and I've always been asthmatic and into cold.
yeah.
It made me sick.
That's horrible. Mm,
Yeah. The first week, the whole week we were here in Florida, I didn't use my inhaler once.
wow, you could breathe properly. Oh my gosh.
So we went back home after that, and I'm like, okay, that's it. I need to live there.
Yeah,
That's all
yeah,
there is to it. I just need to live there.
yeah.
So it took me 7 years, but I came back.
Wow.
Uh, and in
And
that
you're
time, I
still
had another
breathing well?
child.
You're still breathing well?
I'm breathing great.
It's good.
The only bad days is when we had like these really cold winters where we got, I think it was like 30 degrees with the wind
Oh,
chills around here. That's
wow.
cold
Yeah,
for
that's
Florida.
cold in Fahrenheit
So,
and Florida, yeah. At
plus,
least
I
it's
wanted to be
like
in
this
the,
now.
yeah. The other thing is, I wanted to be at Disney. I wanted to work at Disney. That was my thing.
Oh,
I really, really wanted to work at Disney. And I did have a job at Disney. I was a character attendant for almost 8 years.
yeah.
But after COVID, it just kind of became a thing. And yeah,
Yeah, yeah. A
yeah.
lot of the
So
tourists
you
suffered.
can imagine I was working Disney 3 days a week. I was working at Universal 3 days a week
Oh,
for
both
7 years.
industries would have, yeah, that would have suffered a lot. Mm,
Yes. So it was only on Sundays that I had a day to like breathe.
mm,
But on those Sundays, because it was the only day I really had with all the kids, they didn't have school or anything, we
mm.
went to the theme parks. So
Nice.
I never got a break from them.
Yeah.
Um, but that's
Oh,
why we came.
and look, now
And
they're pretty much grown up and got their own lives. I mean, you still got your
yeah,
youngest, but it's time goes
oh
so
yeah,
fast, doesn't it?
it does. It does. I mean, my son's in. He got a job through a friend of ours that worked at that I met through the church. There's
Mm,
another thing, because my son's he's on the high level, high functioning autism, and
yep,
he has a speech impediment, which makes it really hard for him to speak sometimes because
yep,
he has a really bad stutter.
yep,
So he has a really hard time like functioning and getting to people.
yep.
I met this woman at one of these momco groups that decided to come from another group. Come to find out, her husband ran a construction business and took on kids like him.
Oh, ah,
So at
perfect.
25, they hired him and they
Wow.
love him. He's
Oh,
still there.
I think
So,
when you're given a chance, you're just given a chance to just be a normal person, just treated normally. It's
yes,
amazing what you can achieve, like just to be
yes,
given a chance, and just
exactly.
respected.
It, oh,
It makes
yes,
a huge difference.
yes. And then that's what I'm doing with my youngest. My middle one, she's a assistant manager at a retail store,
Oh,
and is doing amazing. She's worked her way up that way. And then with my youngest, we were in regular school for a while, but it got to the point where they're like, well, she's not going to graduate because she's got to do this and this and this and this. And I'm like, she can't do that. She
mm,
just, she does not have
yeah,
the
that ability.
functionality to do
Yeah.
that,
Mhm.
like you and I could. So I pulled
Yeah.
her out and we do unschooling and we
Yeah.
have fun just being us. And
Yeah.
I mean, her schooling is learning how to do laundry,
Yeah.
knowing, how much to measure, how to cook. I make her make a grocery list for the week for herself. And
Oh,
then she has to
wow.
tell me what she needs. She has to budget it because I give her a budget a week of what
Yeah.
she gets. And then
Life
we go online
skills.
and we earn it. Exactly.
Yeah.
And we go online and we order it. She gets an
Perfect.
allowance and she knows what she wants. And I said, well, if you want this, but you don't have enough, maybe you should save your allowance. So
Mm,
it's
perfect
just life
life
skills,
skills. Yeah.
what we need in our life.
And what they don't teach at school.
It's,
So
the,
it's
the last class she liked was a finance class of teaching her how to use finances.
yeah.
So
It's look, and it doesn't matter whether it's autism, whether it's any other form of
exactly.
neurodivergent thing. You give them the right tools to succeed in life, and they will. Not just the right tools, but the love and the support, and just give them a fair go. She can have a very successful, happy
Hmm.
life. And that's what you want at the end of the day as a parent, right? Like,
Exactly.
I I mean, my kids go to a private school and they are, very academically minded, the school is.
Oh, good.
But it's a great Christian school and
Yeah.
it's literally up the road from us, so it's convenient. But I don't put that pressure on them academically. My eldest, he is also on the spectrum and he is very academically minded, mathematics, computers, all that kind of stuff.
Right. Right.
So academics is good for him in that sense. My second, not so much. But it doesn't matter which kid, I don't put that pressure on them. At the end of the day, as long as they give their best and they got the right attitude, then they
Exactly.
can succeed in life, because I care more about having an attitude and trying, even if it's hard, and, learning the things that are actually going to get you somewhere in life, rather than a piece of paper that goes, hey, I graduated, and, it's like whoop-de-doo. It's at the end of the day, even if they don't graduate, it still means absolutely nothing for your worth or who you are or who you will become. It might take longer to get somewhere, might be a little bit harder because society's rules on things.
Yes.
But
Yes.
if God's called you to something, then and you're obedient in it, then the doors will open, things will happen, and He's never going to ask you to do something that you weren't created for in the first place. So,
Exactly.
you know, it'll be fine. Like, just enjoy being 10 and 7. Just don't worry about what all the other kids are doing and all the extra, competitions and things that they're part of and winning distinctions on. I don't care. I don't care.
Right. Right. We just want them to be happy and healthy and
Yeah.
enjoy their lives as
Yeah.
much as we have. And
exactly.
We may have hit our bumps. They're gonna hit their bumps.
Mhm.
Um, my
Yeah.
son went through a year of major. He lost his job at Universal. He was working there
Mhm.
for 4 years, and then it. He just he went into this deep dark stage. He went into
Mhm.
his dark winter,
Mhm.
and he
Mm.
hid in his room for almost a year.
Wow.
I
It's
barely saw that
tough.
kid,
Yeah,
and
that'd be
And then when
hard
I
as
got him that job, I'm like, "Look, you need to get." I made it. I kind of pushed him. I'm like, "Look, you need to do something. You're
mm,
almost 26 years old,
yeah.
and you need to figure this out. Or 25.
Give it a
You need
go.
to figure this out." I said, "Here, I got an opportunity for you. You're gonna go meet this person. His name is Reed, and
Yeah.
you're gonna go get a job.
Yeah.
Plain and simple."
Yeah.
And that moment, sometimes you have to push your kids a little bit more than what
Yeah.
you want,
Tough
but
love.
tough love is a thing. It
Yeah.
is. Uh,
Mhm.
but again, that's something that you have to resonate as a mom,
Yeah.
and that's another thing where we lose ourselves into it, thinking, "I got to take care of this child. I got to take care of this child." And I
Yeah.
was there, and I was focusing mainly on my oldest and my youngest because they have their own
Needs.
challenges,
Yeah.
and my middle daughter, she don't have any challenges.
Yeah.
She's my smart one.
Yeah.
I always tease her. I always tell her she's my normal child.
Yeah.
Um, what normal could be.
Yeah.
But it was like for a while she kind of got lost in the shuffle.
Yeah. And
I
well,
think
with
that's
your
what happens
middle
with middle
child
ones.
too. Yeah.
And for a long time I was focused on her because she was born 2.5 months, 12.5 weeks early. So right after I lost
Oh,
her
they're
sister at
real
25
preemie.
weeks.
Oh.
Yeah, well, I lost her sister at 25 weeks, and then
Mm,
Kaylee Marie decided to come at 28 weeks, um,
wow.
at 2 pounds. So we lived in the NICU for like 2 months and 24 days. We were two
Wow.
pounds when we were born.
I'd hate to
So
think about how expensive that would be in the US. Far out. Whew.
thank God for the
I'm
lovely
sure.
in Montana. They were born in Montana, my two oldest.
Yeah.
There was a program that they took care of it. There was
Oh.
actually another program called Angels of Care,
Mm,
and they actually paid for my traveling. They paid for me to have
wow.
a room right next to the NICU because the NICU was 2.5 hours from where I lived,
Mm.
and I had a
Yeah, that's
2-year-old at
very
home.
hard. Very hard to be
Yeah,
there. Mm.
yeah, and to go up. Luckily, thank God she was born in like the summer. She was born in May, because if it was winter, you have to go through this canyon to get there from my place that was always had black ice. And I
Yeah,
drove it when my
not
father had a stroke, but
too scary, too
yeah,
scary.
it was very scary. It was hard enough driving to get there, and I had
Yeah,
an emergency C-section, so I couldn't even drive
well,
after. I had to stay in the hospital
yeah,
like an extra 2 days because I had to,
I had
they
cesareans
medevac her.
before mine, so
Yeah,
yeah, I
yeah.
get
I
it.
met her when she was 3 hours old. They medevaced her up to the NICU, and I didn't get to see her again until she was 3 days old. And they
Oh,
literally gave her 72 hours to live. And I'm like,
oh my gosh. Oh, far out.
sorry, you got me into that
Oh,
story.
wow. That's that's,
There- a lot of this is
yeah,
in my book. But
wow.
I kind of go more into
You've
depth about
got
all of that.
quite the story. You've got a lot to share. You've got
I
a
do.
lot to share.
I
And
do.
we just don't have the time to go into all of it now,
Yeah.
unfortunately. But if someone does want to hear your story and get their hands on their book and get maybe in touch with you, where's the best place to find you?
I am on Amazon. If you search my name, Carrie Newport, you will find my book Reflections. And in there, it is a book. It is written in third person because I wasn't ready to write it as me.
Mm,
So it is a journey of my persona named Christy,
yep.
and it's all the trials and tribulations that I went through and how I grew up with amazing parents, and then through all of my hardships and everything. And I feel like if you feel that anything you resonate with it at all, shoot me an email. Shoot me. I'm on Facebook. Come find me on Facebook. And I would love to speak with them about it. But
Beautiful.
it's you can buy it if you have Kindle Unlimited. It costs you $0.
Oh, wow.
Uh, or you can purchase the e-copy for $10 US.
Easy. Cheap. That's
Yes.
nothing
Yes.
for all the time and effort that goes into
I just
it.
want to make sure everybody can have it. I just really
Yeah,
want to make sure.
accessible. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
they can
get it.
even order a paperback, and I think the paperback is 15. So
Mm,
because you got to pay for the paper and
yeah,
stuff. But
yeah.
other than that, just go read it. Go tell me it, find it. You
Yeah.
can find me. I even have an
Yeah.
author's page out there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It's always great being able to connect with the author. So that
yes.
doesn't happen very much.
No, no, please. I would love to speak more about it. I mean, I could sit here all day and talk to you about it.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but I know it's late for you and it's
Well,
early for me.
yes, it is getting late, but that's okay. I have really enjoyed talking to you, and thank you so much for taking the time out to come on the show, share a bit of your story, get to know you a little bit, and some of your advice and wisdom helping the mums out there. So thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, and just remember the last thing is that your healing is going to be the greatest gifts you give to your children, your community, and your future.
I love that. Thank you so much for all the wisdom that you've imparted to us today.
You're welcome. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and thank you so much for having me. And hopefully, I'll come back to you when the other book gets published.
Oh, sounds good. Yep. Hopefully it's not too far away.
Well, we
uh,
shall see. I'm going to try
yeah.
to get hold of the publisher today, see what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good luck with that. All right.
Oh,
Thank
thank you.
you.
Thank you. Bye bye.